Yo, what's going on, people? It's been a long time since I made a long form talking head style video, but I'm here. Um, and let's get straight into it. I've been needing to build out an AR for quite a while now. I prefer handguns, but everybody needs an AR for whatever reason, whether it be distance shooting, preparing for the apocalypse, or the impending government takeover. That way we don't end up in concentration camps, as they say. But we're not going to talk about conspiracy on this video. So, this AR started out as a Geissele Super Duty upper. It came just like that. I bought it secondhand. It's not complete Geissele. I wish it was, but you know, I can't complain about. Let's talk about the first thing that was here, the Noveske NSR. Let's see if we can get it to focus right here. NSR 13.5 floating hand guard or handrail. Has a BCM quick detach mount here for a sling. I might move it depending on how I decide to mount the sling. I haven't thought that far ahead yet, at least in that regard. It has a FailZero, which I wish it was the Geissele BCG, but a FailZero BCG in black. Geissele and charging handle. The lower is CMMG, the MK4 lower. Has pretty much a CMMG mil-spec lower parts kit in here. I'm going to do a few upgrades. The grip, the trigger, and the safety selector has to go. Not immediately, but sooner than later, hopefully. I want a straighter grip, so I'm going to get the driven arms shadow crossover grip for this. As you guys might know, I am a Smith & Wesson fanboy. This is, you know, loaded. This is my carry comp with the 509T on here. So I'm not going to mess around with that too much. I want to set this on my bed over here. And they make grips for M&P style handles for AR-15s too. So between either the M&P grip or leaning more towards the driven arms grip for this. Then keeping with the Geissele theme, I'm going to put either the SSA-E trigger in here or the SSA-X trigger. Leaning towards the X trigger because I prefer the flat shoe. So that to come in the future. And then again, safety selector, I haven't decided. Maybe the radian selector on here would work for me. Back here I have the Bravo, the B5 Bravo stock. Like that a lot. It's adjustable, of course. The buffer is, and the buffer internals are BCM. So it's a carbine length buffer in here, I'm assuming. So that being said, more than likely I'm going to upgrade the carbine length to a H2 or H3 buffer. Haven't come to that conclusion yet, but that's going to be changed in the future. Not rush for that at all. I think that's the whole gun as it stands right now. And a few of the upgrades that I want to do. I'm leaning towards LPVO. I love the way LPVOs look on rifles. And I want to kind of stretch the legs on this a little bit. So maybe this I'm believing that the factory muzzle brake on this thing, pin and welded, brings it to 16 inches. It definitely does, but I think it's a Huxworks pattern for this. Don't want a Hux can, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to get a hub adapter, a hub compatible can. I was thinking about the Otter Creek Labs Polonium K for this, or hear me out, one of the BNT cans. Those BNT cans are gorgeous. They sound great, and I don't know if I'm going to get a dedicated 5.56 can for this yet, or if I'm going to do a 30 cal. Probably going to be aluminum and or steel and not titanium. I heard titanium is better for slower rates of fire. So either steel or I want to say aluminum is an option. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. If aluminum is not indeed an option for suppressors. Maybe not, because I don't know how aluminum would stand up to heat, but so let's just go with steel. Um, so I might stick to traditional can. I don't really care too much about the whole flow through thing. As long as I can get a few decibels where I can keep this in the corner of my room, and if push comes to shove and I need to use this, I don't blow my eardrums out when it comes down to protecting my home. That's the gist. So upgrades I'm gonna do: SSA-E or SSA-X trigger. Might upgrade to BCG. FailZero is pretty decent from what I understand. So driven arms grip or M&P grip for this. LPVO or red dot for weight savings. It just kind of depends on how I feel when it comes down to buying an optic for this. Safety selector is definitely going to be the Radian, and yeah, buffer might get upgraded. But if y'all have any suggestions for a 13.9, let me know. So I'm looking for suggestions for red dots. I'm leaning either towards the Holosun Ames or an Acro, maybe a EOTech, but I really want LPVO, but I know it's going to be heavy. So I don't have to be super fancy for LPVO. I do like the Vortex Voodoo optics. Not Vortex Voodoo, EOTech Voodoo. But from what I understand, the Vortex Strike Eagle optics are really good. So either 1:8 or 1:6 with a cantilever. And then I'll piggyback a red dot on top of it. I might do that new enclosed Vortex Defender as a piggyback option on here. Again, let me know what you guys think. She looks pretty good as she stands right now, with the exception of this ugly handle grip. Focusing. Yeah, I think it's focus racking over here. But peace.